NBC Tonight.
How did you find us?
I ran.
Where's your mom?
Home.
Does your mom ever leave the house?
No, he doesn't let her.
Who's he?
The monster.
Chicago PD, new May 1st on NBC and Peacock.
One of our members was killed. I buried him.
Stabler's still inside.
We're on lockdown.
You ain't one of us.
What are you? NYPD?
Law and Order Organized Crime, Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Live from Rhinelander, this is News Watch 12 at 10, the Northwoods' best news, with Jessica Jukic, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller, and Saul Meyer with sports. News from where you live starts now.
Good evening, I'm Jessica Jukic. An arrest warrant has been issued for Kirk Bingstad, owner of the Minocqua Brewing Company. That's according to court records. It's in relation to a case where Bingstad was found guilty for defaming Lakeland Times publisher Greg Walker and was ordered to pay $750,000. Bingstad has accused Walker of contributing to his brother's death in a hunting accident 36 years ago in order to ensure he would inherit his father's newspaper. Bingstad did not appear in a court appearance last week that he was legally required to attend, which is why there is now a warrant out for his arrest. Today, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is hearing a case that could change the way Wisconsin's government is run. Democratic Governor Tony Evers is suing the Republican-controlled legislature, arguing the Republican-led Joint Finance Committee is unconstitutionally overstepping its power. While the legislature argues the committee's actions are well within the Constitution's jurisdiction, the committee decides the state budget and spending proposals like releasing PFAS funds, University of Wisconsin pay raises, and conservation projects. They heard oral arguments today. The lawsuit cites the committee's rejection of dozens of conservation projects by the DNR. The court will issue a ruling in the next several weeks or months. Conrad, we had some much-needed rain.
Yes.
How's it looking overnight?
Yeah, over 4.5 inches of rain just the last month and a half. Much needed, Jessica. Things are going to be improving, though, so get ready for that. Taking a look outside, look at these high temperatures or averages. Back in those mid-50s, we were well below average for today. A couple of spots down south. Look at Wapaka, back in those mid-60s earlier today. So, of course, they were above average, but we just stuck around with lots of clouds and some sprinkles in the area, even some rain showers here in the Northwoods. Average high, like I was saying, back in those mid-50s, average low, still below freezing at around 29 degrees. Of course, that record high back 80 degrees in 1964. We're not going to get anywhere near that anytime soon. Now, finally, that rain is moving out of our area, and things are going to start to improve. Still some mostly cloudy skies, and some fog will be lingering in our region, so get ready for that, folks. Now, visibilities, of course, are a bit low, especially right up close to that UP border, Eagle River, Rhinelander. We're looking at 2.5 miles of visibility. Overnight tonight, though, that fog will be continuing in some spots. Temperature-wise, though, we'll be back in those mid to upper 30s. Jessica?
Strong storms caused some damage in Beloit, Wisconsin last night. The Beloit Pump House is a historic building that has stood since 1885. Strong storms whipped through the area Tuesday night, toppling its roof. The storms also caused damage to power lines, homes, and other businesses. Homicides in the Milwaukee area have fallen dramatically over the past 2 years. Murders in the city have fallen nearly 50% compared to 2022 and 23% since last year. This year, 30 homicides have been reported in Milwaukee. Officials and community members say that outreach groups and collaborations with residents and police have made an impact in decreasing the amount of crime in the metro. Other violent crimes such as robbery and assault is also down by 10%. If you've ever wanted to become a butcher, there's a program for you. North Central Technical College will offer pasture-to-plate butchery, and it will educate the next generation of meat processors in Wisconsin. Curriculum includes sourcing livestock, humane harvest, preparing cuts for consumption, and retail sales. Applications are currently being accepted, and tuition may be partly or fully reimbursed by state grants. This season, anglers may be seeing some changes regarding the walleye harvest on the Minocqua chain of lakes in Oneida County. It's been a catch and release spot for walleye for almost a decade, but this year that could change according to the DNR. Newswatch 12's Austin Creasy spoke with a member of the DNR to learn more about what people should know.
The Lac du Flambeau tribe declared its intent to harvest during spearfishing season this spring. If this harvest is to occur, the DNR wants to open the chain to the public harvest a year earlier than they anticipated.
Our plan is to push through a rule as quickly as we can to allow angler harvest on the Monaco chain. And I'm still not sure of the date that rule change will be effective, so it's closed until further notice, right? We're trying to make that happen by opening weekend, but it's a pretty tight timeline. There's a number of steps we have to check off before that can happen.
The walleye population on the chain has been an ongoing problem, while the stocking goals have been met. However, the natural reproduction continues to see its struggles.
The natural reproduction part we measure with fall recruitment surveys, where we look at how many young fish have made it through their first summer of life and how many of those young fish do we capture per mile of shoreline. And our goal is to see at least 15 of these young of year walleye per mile of shoreline in 2 surveys out of 5 years. And we haven't even come close to that kind of numbers from the natural reproduction side.
If the DNR does allow harvest this season, the bag limit will be 1 walleye per person per day.
It's an 18-inch minimum length limit, but fish from 22 to 28 inches must be released. So essentially you can keep a slot between 18 and 22 or over 28. And again, only 1 fish per day.
Despite if the DNR will or will not open walleye harvest on the chain this year, it is set to reopen in the spring of 2025.
The goal is to stock fish so that in the future we don't have to stock, so that they can take care of themselves. And that's what our best walleye waters do, is we have natural reproduction. And Mother Nature always maintains higher populations and does a better job than we can ever hope to accomplish with stocking.
Reporting for Newswatch 12, Austin Creasy.
Thank you, Austin. Grandin High School Spanish teacher Jody Resch Brownell was named the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's Global Educator of the Year. Resch Brownell has 30-plus years of experience as a teacher. She's helped bring the Global Scholars Program to Grandin High School, where students learn about the world, explore diverse perspectives, and engage in intercultural communication and collaborate to address global issues. Global Scholars in Grandin have embraced this learning through student-led book and film clubs focused on world issues. New administration is coming to the Unified School District of Antigo. The district's Board of Education has named Trina Borneman as the new principal of Antigo High School. Borneman previously served for Bowler High School for the past 2 years. She's set to begin her duties in July. Oneida County Social Services is hosting their 4th annual Family Night at the Hodag Dome in Rhinelander. This event is organized to raise awareness for Family Strengthening Month, which focuses on supporting thriving children and families.
It's really a great opportunity for families to connect with some of the collaborators that helped organize this event, build positive relationships with those community partners, and really raise awareness to some of the supports and resources that we have in our community that are designed to support a healthy family environment.
Family Night will take place on Friday, May 3rd. A woman is dead after a misunderstanding. Coming up, we'll have a look at the tense moments caught on dashcam video before a woman was shot and killed. After weather with Conrad, right here on Newswatch 12.
Dear unbreakable spirit, you roam on paths called impossible. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Get 3.99% APR for 60 months plus $2,500 cash back on Tundra Hybrid Capstone. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's our lowest prices of the season at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on the things you need for spring. Like 36-pound bags of Estate Starter with lawn fertilizer, just $29.99. 40-pound bags of Estate Sun to Shade Lawn Seed Mix, $109.99. Rewards members save an extra $10. And stock up on 50-pound bags of Diamond Crystal Solar Natural Salt Crystals, just $5.99. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season in-store or online at farmandfleet.com.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Wausau. 1 weekend only. Marathon Park. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. April 27th and 28th. Marathon Park. Tickets at DinosaurAdventure.com.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
Dear sharp curves. Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Toyota Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
Get the nutritional support your family needs. Call the Family Food Helpline.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Now, let's turn some gears and talk about what's been going on in Dubai. Take a look at some of these photos. This is some pictures that were taken within the last 24 hours in Dubai. Lots of flooding going on. They got around 6 inches of rain in just 24 hours. That's equivalent to 2 full years of what they have on average. Put that in perspective. That's pretty much like Chicago getting around 77 inches of rain in just 24 hours. That is 2 years of rainfall accumulation. So lots of flooding going on in the deserts. Now things are starting to improve. Now for us, though, of course, we had some rain, much needed rain. The last month and a half, over 4.5 inches of rain. And then November, December, January, and February, less than 2.75 inches of rain. Still some rain lingering right up into the UP, southern Canada as well. Even a couple of storms right up closer to Pennsylvania, going into Washington, D.C. at the moment. Those are nocturnal storms, overnight storms, one of the most dangerous type of storms because a lot of people are caught off guard. Now for us, though, mainly cloudy skies. We're going to continue to stay clear now. The rain is starting to move out of the area, but then tomorrow, just ahead of a little bit more moving on in. Most of the heavier rain is looking like it's going to be just south of the Wausau area, south of Green Bay as well, so mainly central Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin as well, and northwest suburbs of Chicago. That's where we're looking at some rain showers, not lasting long at all. Maybe up to 1/10 of an inch of rain, maybe up to 2/10 of an inch of rain, so a quick hitter. And then on Friday, a little bit of those winds start to change, blowing out of the northwest. I know it's mid-April. We are in the Northwoods, though, so a few flurries will be possible throughout the day on Friday. Same story overnight on Friday. Once again, we're not looking at any accumulations, maybe at most a little tiny bit of white on the grass by Saturday morning. Temperature-wise, though, we're back in those upper 30s in some spots, lower 40s in Tomahawk, right up into Rhinelander. Merrill's back into those mid-40s right now. Even a couple of upper 40s right down south, Stevens Point, Wapaka, Wisconsin Rapids, and same story into Green Bay. Now, temperature-wise, though, we're going to be closer to average for tomorrow. Well below average Friday into Saturday. Friday is going to be that very windy day once again. So we're talking feels like temperatures back in the 30s. Definitely bundle up, put on your hats and your jackets. Ahead of 50s rolling back by the end of the week. Now, wind speed-wise, though, we did have some very gusty winds earlier today. Now they're starting to settle down slowly. We're still going to see some gusty winds overnight, right down close to Stevens Point, Wapaka, even Green Bay. Look at that. 16-mile-per-hour winds right up top. We got Hancock, and then closer to all the skiing areas, we're talking 22, even 30-mile-per-hour sustained winds with wind gusts up to even 40 miles an hour. And this is going to get worse by Friday into Friday afternoon. We're talking wind gusts around even 40 miles an hour in some spots. For tonight, though, still some gusty winds, mainly cloudy skies overall, though. Patchy dense fog in the area. Temperatures around 37 for tomorrow. Mid-50s, mostly cloudy skies. Some of the rain showers mainly south of Rhinelander. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show 53 for Sunday and then near 60 by Monday. Jessica?
A 61-year-old Uber driver is dead, and an 81-year-old man appeared in court Wednesday charged with her murder and other crimes. Law enforcement in Ohio say both may have been victims of scammers before the shooting. Emily Schmidt has more on what unfolded, seen in part from the Uber driver's dash cam.
The story looks ordinary at first. The Clark County, Ohio Sheriff's Office says 61-year-old Lolitha Hall is on an Uber job in late March, asked to pick up a package at William Brock's home. Minutes later, everything changes as 81-year-old Brock can be seen pointing his gun at the retreating, pleading woman. A camera in Hall's vehicle captures the sound of the first gunshot. The confrontation continues. More gunfire. As the video continues, Hall cries out for help, and the story takes a twist.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
Brock called 911, requested help, reported the shooting, and admitted he was the one who shot her.
Why did you do that?
Because I was threatened that she was going to come and kill me.
She threatened to kill you?
No, it's the guy on the phone that's been trying to get money out of me.
The sheriff's office says Brock had been called by a scammer, claiming one of his relatives was in jail, then making threats and demanding money. They say Hall then got a request via the Uber app from the same scammer or someone working with them to pick up a package. The report says Brock thought Hall had come on behalf of the scammers to hurt him. Authorities say Hall made no requests other than to ask for the package. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
The Justice Department is in the final stages of negotiating a settlement with the victims of Larry Nassar. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. Nassar is the physician convicted of sexually assaulting athletes when he worked with USA Gymnastics. More than 150 women and girls say that he victimized them. Some of them sued the Justice Department over the FBI's initial failures in investigating this case. That comes after some of the victims reached a $380 million settlement with USA Gymnastics and USA Olympic Committee in 2021. Settlement negotiations with the DOJ have been ongoing since 2022. Nassar is in prison for up to 175 years. It was signing day at Northland Pines High School. Coming up, we'll have a look at where some local athletes will be heading to college.
Serving our community and our environment, Rock Oil Refining in Stratford specializes in turning used motor oil and antifreeze back into pure raw materials and custom finished products. Premium quality, affordable prices, environmentally responsible. Rock Oil Refining.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday. But for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Design the garage door of your dreams using our free design program. Or choose from the largest selection of garage doors in stock. Get this 9x7 garage door for $399.99 after rebate. Add security to your home with Patriot Lighting outdoor lights that feature a wide range of functions for any application. This light features a built-in GFCI outlet, and it's $59.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And your Ford dealer is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains. Get your ideal combination of power and capability with gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it.
Choose FlexBuy on Escape, Explorer, or Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash.
In a country where dreams are woven into the fabric of the nation, Rock Oil is driven by the spirit of the American dream. Environmentally, we take pride in our oil processing technology and related waste recycling. Fueled by passion, innovation, and patriotism, we're proud to be an American company.
Leisure City, your backyard headquarters of the North.
Coming up on Newswatch 12 today, we'll have all the latest in your local news, weather, and sports.
Sounds very exciting, right? We got some dry weather arriving. When will it arrive? More to tune in on your Thursday from 5 to 7 a.m.
It was signing day at Northland Pines High School as the Eagles track and field program had 6 athletes sign letters of intent to continue their athletic careers at various universities in the state. The families and friends of the signees were all on hand in the high school field house as 6 young athletes made their college decisions official. It was signing day at Northland Pines High School as 6 track and field athletes signed national letters of intent. The coaches of the track and field program spoke about each of the signees. Head coach Josh Rohde spoke about how exciting of a day it was for the program as a whole.
Yeah, it's an awesome day for these 6 athletes. We're really happy. I talked about just how awesome it is for our program to have 6 athletes that want to continue their careers in college. I think that speaks a lot to the state of our program, so we're extremely happy.
For the signees, it was an exciting day to celebrate with their families and teammates as they take the next steps as student athletes. Senior track and field captain Zach Ritter will be attending Viterbo University and thought the day was one that put on display the level of athletics that Pines can produce.
It's great. It's great to give back to our community and our parents. It shows a lot about the sports culture here at Pines, and we're really a positive environment and making sure that we are successful as a school and as a team.
5 different colleges in the state got signings from the athletes. All of the student athletes deciding to stay in the state of Wisconsin. Fellow Pines captain Taylor Franzen is heading to UW Eau Claire and talked about her decision and the recruitment process.
I made that decision a couple of weeks ago, actually, but I toured their school in October, and I met their head coach for their track team, and I just really love the atmosphere there and the coaching. Like, their main goal is to just make you a better athlete.
Signing days are always exciting for the coaches, parents, and student athletes. 6 young athletes signing to compete at track and field at the college level on what was a special day for the Pines program and athletic department. And a congratulations to those 6 young athletes who are staying in state to run track in college. The Milwaukee Brewers were in unfamiliar territory before their final game of their home series with the San Diego Padres. Having already lost the first 2 games of the series, their first series loss of the season, they were looking to avoid a sweep at home. So let's see if they could pull one out and get back in the win column before hitting the road again. Let's just go right to the 8th inning. Tied at 0, Padres had a triple with no outs, but Abner Uribe gets them out of the jam with this play right here. He is fired up after making the big play. Game remains scoreless. Bottom half of the inning, Blake Perkins is able to ground one through the infield. Bryce Terang rounding third. He comes in to score. Brewers take a 1-0 lead with Perkins advancing to second on the throw. Now on to the 9th inning. Padres down to their last out. This one hit high, deep left center, but not going to be enough. Perkins going to corral it in, and the Brewers are going to go on to win this thing 1-0. A pitcher's duel all around. But the Brewers pitching pitches the shutout. That's having a little trouble with the video there. The pitching was a key in the shutout win today for the Brewers. Other things factored in, but it was all in all a solid day from the Brewers. They will be back in action again on Friday. They'll be traveling to St. Louis to take on the NL Division rival Cardinals.
Our defense is, starts with Willie and William behind the plate, and you think about Bowers and Hoskins at first, and we got the best second baseman in baseball.
All right, again, 1-0 Brewers. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. 100 days from now will be Friday, July 26th, marking the first day of the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. We are only a few months away from the Olympics, 100 days, and it will be all right here on NBC. We'll be right back after the break.
Upgrade your garage, patio, or basement this spring with our beautiful cutting-edge concrete coatings. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy and guaranteed to increase your home's value. For a limited time, save up to $500 off your project. Plus, call during this program to see if you qualify for payment starting at just $30 a month.
Attention homeowners, Mad City Baths is looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Mad City is Wisconsin's trusted bathroom remodeler with installations in as little as 1 day. We're also your local provider for replacement windows and kitchen cabinet refacing. And now be one of 50 homeowners who call and receive free installation on a new bath or shower with no interest and no payments till 2026. Senior and military discounts, plus call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate from Mad City Baths.
They're very concerned about the job that they do and very professional and like I said before, very friendly, so I appreciated that too.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers and an A+ rating with the BBB. Our custom baths and showers are infused with Microban for easy cleaning. Plus, with our price lock guarantee, receive a free design consultation and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. So pick up the phone, schedule your bath or shower installation, and ask about Mad City's double lifetime labor warranty. And now we're looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. 50 homeowners who call now will receive special savings with free installation. No interest and no payments till 2026. Senior and military discounts, plus call during this program for a free $50 Walmart gift card with your estimate. Now be sure to have your zip code and location ready to qualify here at Mad City. From Wausau, north central Wisconsin, call 715-941-4238. That's 715-941-4238.
Hi, we're Tim and Judy from Tomahawk Monument Company.
When we want the forecast for Tomahawk, we go to WJFW.com and check our hometown weather.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
If your family struggles with food insecurity, call the Family Food Helpline.
Most students have to pay for their school lunch, and after a while, students and families who cannot afford the bill can go into debt. One Wausau man is trying to make a difference in helping pay off lunch debt. Our own Christopher Bouchon has the story.
I have 6 kids in the Wausau School District. And, from time to time, as my kids go to school, sometimes their school lunch account, it goes in the negative because I have 6 kids. And I just can't keep track of, when they go in the hole.
That's when Mr. Yang thought maybe he wasn't the only one struggling with student debt and decided to start a GoFundMe challenge.
I just knew that I couldn't do it, but I just thought, how cool would that be if I could challenge the community for a 7-day GoFundMe challenge to see how much we can raise.
When the GoFundMe page started, the amount of student debt they were trying to raise was $20,000.
So yesterday was day 7, so yesterday it ended. But the GoFundMe, it's still alive, and so currently we have over $26,000.
While this month is Global Pay It Forward Month, it is also Hmong Heritage Month. So Mr. Yang decided to give a presentation about his heritage and paying it forward, with a special announcement at the end.
I'll be telling the students that, this is my way of paying it forward. And we will announce to the entire school that all of the Wausau East school lunch debt that we have a check and that's going to be all completely paid off today.
While this was only a short 7-day challenge, Mr. Yang hopes that in the coming years, they will continue to pay it forward.
I really hope that in the future, that we're going to have more opportunities to still be able to help out some of these families that are struggling through this.
Reporting in Wausau, Christopher Bouchon, Newswatch 12.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
Today, it seems everyone can be their own service technician thanks to the internet. From servicing their own cars and engines to home remodels and projects, people are trying a little of everything. Here at Maher Water Corporation, we employ nationally certified and factory-trained technicians to keep your water treatment systems working to their full lives. We will treat you like our own family.
So if you want us to service your equipment, give us a call. But if you're the fix-it-yourself kind of person, we'll enjoy your funny video clips.
It's open season on cancer. Help us raise money for the Ronald McDonald House of Marshfield by purchasing a hat, an H2O Go bottle, or other special items. With your donation of $20, you'll receive over $50 in valuable coupons, and a $10 donation is given to the Ronald McDonald House. Purchase items at Cost Cutters of Central Wisconsin, the Barber's Family Hairstyling, Mullins Cheese in Knowlton, Chase Outdoors in the Cedar Creek Mall. It's open season on cancer, a season that never ends.
Once the scar tissue has formed, it decreases mobility to the joint and you lose blood supply. This causes chronic pain.
It's non-invasive and you don't even feel it really. And I'm able to work out really good now without any pain at all.
Lasers can eradicate scar tissue, freeing the joint and giving you back your life.
Martinis in May is returning. Make a toast Saturday, May 11th at the Whitetail Inn. Live music with Tony Ocean. Tickets available online or at the Chamber office.
Beautiful home east of Eagle River with 5.5 acres to be sold at auction April 27th. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Take it away, boys.
Stop by Cabin Creations in Phillips April 19th through 21st for a spring cleaning sale. All already marked yellow tag clearance items have extra discounts all weekend long.
Builder Service. We are your hometown hardware store. Plumbing, electrical, paint, automotive, keys, tools, lawn and garden. We're more than just a lumberyard. Highway 45 in Elko.
We did have some rain showers earlier today, but finally that rain is moving out of our area just ahead of a little bit more rolling in by tomorrow morning, mainly sticking around inner southern counties south of Rhinelander. Now, some fog is still going to be sticking around overnight, so please slow down. Visibilities are down to 3, 4, even 5 miles in some spots, here in the Northwoods especially, and then all the way up into the UP. Now, I know it's April, but we're in the Northwoods. We still got to talk about some frost and definitely some cooler temperatures rolling in Friday into Saturday. Overnight lows back in the 20s, maybe some flurries throughout the day on Friday.
Oh boy.
What happened
Just
to
when
the
you
60s?
think they're done.
I know, right? They'll be back. No worries. They'll be back.
Thanks, Conrad. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Who isn't ready for spring? An up to 50% off list. The spring home sale is almost over and deals are everywhere at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, introducing Flex Deal, committed to comfort and durability that lasts. Spring into a comfy Lazy Boy recliner for just $398. These great deals are almost over. Up to 50% off list, including this cool to the touch mattress. Plus, special financing available at our big spring home sale at Slumberland Furniture. But it ends soon.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's All or Nothing Bonus Days. During the month of April, All or Nothing players have a 1 in 7 chance to receive a $2 bonus ticket for the next midday drawing. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
The Honda you want is here. Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Civic. Which car and driver calls fun to drive? There's never been a better time to drive in the moment with Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
You take pride in your lawn.
That's why Blaine's Farm and Fleet has everything you need to help it reach its full potential. Stay ahead of crabgrass with a State Crabgrass Preventer Plus lawn fertilizer for strong, healthy turf. Scott's Turf Builder with Halt's Crabgrass Preventer protects your lawn from crabgrass and other invasive weeds. Plus, get thick green grass with Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It kills crabgrass and other tough weeds while feeding your lawn for up to 4 months.